If you've seen the thumbnail for this video, then you know what I'm doing now was a success. Let's have some fun jelly printing on envelopes and let's learn together because I have never done this. So I have prepared different sizes of white envelopes. All of these have the flaps in this shape. You could also, of course, use these long envelopes that have a small flap only. I think any envelope will work. You can even make your envelopes by hand. I have 2 brayers. I have my regular mark making materials that I have on hand. This one I want to try for the first time. It's just packaging from some sweets, and I thought this might be a fun stamp to try. I have this here, which you can get at any like craft store. I have some textured wallpapers here, which are a lot of fun to use. This here is a piece of a placemat that I found in a home decor store. These are all wallpapers. This, of course, is bubble wrap, and this is packaging. So those will be used more for like the background, and then I have my handmade stamps that I want to use more in the foreground. But before we do that, I want to try something fun. So one of my awesome viewers, Peg, hi Peg, thank you again for sending me this reel. Sent me a reel by Carolyn Dube. So I'm totally stealing this idea from her. And she had some oval shower curtain rings that she adhered to a piece of cardboard and then used that as a stamp for her jelly plate. And I think that's so fun. I found these round ones in my stash. So I cut out this piece, which should fit 9 of these exactly. So I'm going to adhere these and then we'll try that one out as well because I think that is just awesome. And to do this, I'm actually going to use my heat gun, which I'm always freaked out about because I am not good with heat guns. I'm just thinking rather than putting the glue on the rings themselves, because I know myself, I will burn myself if I do that. I would rather mark here where the rings are and then put the glue on my cardboard. I have not used this in a really long time, so let's see how this goes. I'm a bit nervous, I have to admit. Okay, first of all, it's like impossible to get it to like do what I want to do. Probably this is not the best heat gun either. Not heat gun, glue gun. Now we're talking. If you have patience, obviously you don't need a heat gun. I keep saying heat gun, glue gun. For this, you could also just do this with regular glue if you have the patience to wait for it to dry. And I know you can make your own stamps just using your glue gun. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. But actually, while I have it out now, why not just try that as well? Getting more brave. Okay, that was not so bad. So I'll attempt to do some like ovals or something like that. We'll see what happens. Of course, it doesn't come out evenly. Oh, and the tricky thing is, of course, that you have to kind of make them all pretty much the same height, because otherwise some will stamp and some won't. I'm pretty sure you can get better doing this with practice. Please beware of your glue gun. If you're not super experienced with it, you can really get serious burns from this. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that and we'll try that one as well. An additional step I want to add to this one is to sand the surface down just a little bit because it's so smooth, because obviously it's plastic. I just think the paint will grip better if it has a more rough surface. So I'll just sand these a little bit. Okay, I think this is ready to go. Lately I've been feeling bright colors a lot. You may have noticed also with my last digital kit. So I'm going to keep working with bright colors. So I'm going to try this fluorescent red and fluorescent pink. I always feel nervous working with the Gelli plate for some reason. Well, I guess it makes sense because the results are always unpredictable. And whoops, that was a lot. And I don't do it regularly, so I really never know what's going to happen. Which is, of course, the fun part. Now, I remember, yeah, I should have shaken the paint first because this here is very oily. Hopefully it will still be okay. I have some packaging paper next to me onto which I will roll off my brayer, because I remember we want a very thin layer. How about we also add some fluorescent green? I don't know if these are the best paints to use either. That is indeed a very thin layer. Actually, I'll add some fluorescent yellow as well. I want to have a little more color variety in the background. Okay, I might have just messed this up, but okay, we're just gonna go with this and see what happens. So, using my first envelope, I should have a paper to put on top. There. Okay, let's have a look. Yes, okay, so that is great as our first layer. Next, I want to take some titanium white. Again, making sure I have a thin coat. So let's try our new stamp. I'm very excited. That looks cute. I like that. I'll add the bubble wrap as well because that kind of just seems too solid. Yes, that looks like a lot of fun. And now let's quickly add this before it dries. Let's see what happened. Ha! Okay, that looks cool. Then let's add some black on top. Again, the most important thing is that we have a thin layer. And now let's try this wonky stamp we made with our glue gun. Okay, here it goes. Oh no. Okay, it's funky, but it's a bit dark, isn't it? I'll definitely use this, but it's not really what I had in mind, but that's okay. This is all about experimenting, isn't it? Okay, I want some more bright colors, and of course, we need to do the back as well. Okay, let's start off with the light colors again. Okay, so I'll just lay the whole thing down. Oh, that's fun. Look, that even has some of the black circles still on it. I like that. So I think I'll leave the back just like that because otherwise it's only gonna get worse. Okay, so that's envelope number 1. Lots of room for improvement here. Sticking to my bright colors. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, good start. I just dried this with my heat gun because I'm thinking if I want the envelope to be cohesive on the front and the back, I should probably do one after the other. Whatever I'm doing on this side, I should do on this side before I move on with further steps. Because otherwise I won't remember what I did. Did I have green? I think I had a little bit of green. See, already I can't remember. Not that they have to be exactly the same. Obviously, I'm doing a lot of rubbing in between, but I'm cutting that out of the video because that's just boring to watch. Yeah, I'd say that works really well. And what's funny is you see this here? I have the imprint of the back of the envelope here. This time I'm going to take my black paint and I'll put it on my glue directly because I'm just going to stamp this directly onto my envelope. I should probably first test stamp it somewhere else on a scrap paper, but hey, I feel adventurous. I hope they are raised enough that these parts, which are now black as well in between, will not stamp. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Let's do that again. I want to keep them in the same direction. So these are going like this. I don't want to have the second set going the other way. Yes. Could do like another partial one there. And here. And here. Oh, this is fun. Obviously, there's no reason to put this on the Gelli plate while you're stamping. I was just too lazy to move this. Okay, that's a fun design. So I need to do, I mean, I don't have to, but yeah, I'll do the same thing on the back. I'll first dry this. So that's envelope number 2 done. Next, I'm going to tear a piece of cardstock. Then I'll lay that down here like that. Then let's introduce some new colors like this silk purple. And also this mandarin. Let's use these. And then let's print that. Ha! I love it. This is a really cool effect. And I love this color combination. I'll do the same colors on the back without the strip. I can't stress enough how important it is to make this layer thin, almost so you can see through it. Otherwise, you're just going to have blobs of paint, and that won't make you happy. I'm in love with this envelope. I'm not going to do anything else to it. It's just adorable. And the cool thing is now that this here is dry. So if we add wet paint to that, that will be picked up. So let's take advantage of that. Let's mix it with this neon pink this time. I don't want to use the same colors that I just used because otherwise I probably wouldn't see this dry paint as well afterwards. Let's add this, very gently pressing that down. Okay, it looks like this paint, the top layer that we added, was already too dry, but we can still see some of these circles underneath. You see those? But I really like the distressed look of this. And again, we have the envelope flap here. So I'll use the same colors for the back side. Whoops! Whoa, 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 whoa. And this time I'm going to add this handmade tree stamp on the front here. Since I put these mostly in my journal this way, because I usually have them on the page so they can somehow open. I rarely have envelopes this way. I think it's good to use an image that is vertical. And I'll try it with this silk purple. So I'll put some directly on the brayer. And then spread that a little bit on my packaging paper. And then I'll roll it over my stamp. I think I need to do this quickly because this seems quite dry already. Maybe we won't see any of this. Whoops! No, 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 no. You can find my tree stamp video linked below if you haven't seen that yet. I guess you'd have to know it's a tree to see it. What I'm going to try is taking a white acrylic pen and outline that so that it is a bit more visible. I have my stamp next to me because otherwise I don't even know what I'm outlining. It helped a little bit. Okay, so since these are dry, hopefully the wet paint will pick that up. So I'll add some mandarin and some fluorescent pink. And then I'm going to add this circular linoleum stamp that I made years ago. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a fun one. That's fun. Okay, that's the front. So let's do that for the back as well. Maybe add a tiny bit of the silk purple as well. Interesting. These are much lighter than this one. I guess it picked up the color from here a lot better than from here. You see, we have a lot more color here left on the Gelli plate. Yeah, it's always very unpredictable what you get. By the way, I found these envelopes for €1 at my Goodwill. I'm not sure how many pieces were in there. Maybe around 15 or 20, so that was a pretty good deal. I'm going to stick to this size because it is smaller than my Gelli plate, which makes it easier than working with an envelope like this, which is just a little bit bigger. So I would always have like the white edge here. I really like the outcome with this strip. Let's do one with a more narrow strip this time. Or we could even do 2 strips. Let's do 2 strips, why not? But I want to clean this off because I want the background of the strips to be white. So I'll just use a baby wipe. Let's introduce my jade green into the mix. I'm not sure how well this will work because this is quite thin. And then let's add this flesh color. And we might add a touch of something a little bit more colorful afterwards. You can see that the flesh color is a lot thicker. Okay, that's a very strange looking color. I definitely need to add some more whoops! This always happens. Oh no, I forgot to add the strips. Okay, so I guess we won't have white background. So let's do this. Oh dear. And now I messed this up. Okay, quickly before this dries, let's do something else with the background. Let's try this harlequin design that I made in a recent video. I will link that for you as well in case you're interested. Oh, I like that. Good job, Barbara. Okay, this one I think I messed up. No, it's not bad, no. So since this is already pretty dry, I don't think I would get a good print from this. I'm going to let this dry a little bit more and then we'll add some wet paint over it. Okay, so I'll add some titanium white on top of that to pull that off. To pull it off. I hope I can pull it off. And again, I'll just add a little more bubbles. And now let's do this quickly. This will obviously be a very light print. Oh, it is white. Of course, because I put the white paint on this. I love this. How cute is that? Okay, let's take these off. Oh, and now we get these cool lines. Wow. Okay, we need to keep those for the back side. Can you believe I started off with this? That is not visible here whatsoever. So how do I replicate that? I guess I'll just try doing the same thing. Then what did I add? Did I add this? No. Oh, I added this, I think. Looks totally different. What did I do differently? Oh, I had the white. That's why it looks so different. Then I guess we'll add some white as well. Okay, then we quickly do the design. I think that's fine. But look, it's a different... Oh well, that's okay. When you're working with jelly prints, you should not try to be a perfectionist. That's not going to work. It's definitely a different shade of pink. That's totally okay. The lines that I had are super subtle. It's all right. I do love this front a lot though. I cleaned my plate again. And this time, let's just use a part of this because I want the envelope to have like a label. So if I want it on the right side, I need to put it on the left side. So we'll put that there. I want to try this blue again. Let's mix in this fluorescent orange. And then I'm going to use this packaging. Okay, that just kind of gives me 4 dots. Well, what else did I expect? I don't know. I also have this handmade stamp, which is just foam that I punched out. Let's add some of these to make it more interesting. I like it. It's very cute. And I love having this label here. Okay, let's do the back. Let's take this off. We had the blue. Then I had, I think, the fluorescent orange, just a tad. Then we'll add these. And these. Why didn't you say anything? I have the wrong side. Oh no, I've already done the front. Oh no. Apologies if you said something I didn't hear you. Oh no, I ruined it. Seriously, how can we save this? I still have this here. I don't see where it was. Okay, let's figure this out. It was on here. Oh, it would have been this way, right? So I had it on like this. So if we put this here, and hopefully I'll manage to put it in the same place afterwards. Okay, that looks better. And now let's add some white. Who knows, maybe this was the best accident ever. Let's add our dots. Let's add the big ones. I'm doing that because I want more of the pink to show through. So I'm trying to get rid of more of the white paint that I have here now. Okay, let's do this quickly. Do you think this will be good? I am not sure at all. No. Oh no. Wow, this is horrible. What a fail. I should have probably dried everything before, right? That would have been a really good idea. Defeat is not an option. So, taking my mandarin and fluorescent pink. Then I'll take this wallpaper. And then let's quickly add this. I like this part right here. Not giving up. I'll use my hot glue stamp. Oh, I forgot to put on my glove. Okay, not that it really matters at this point. Okay, that's not so bad. I really like how these came out. So if you have a glue gun, you should try it, but please, please, please watch out for your fingers. Okay, and this time I want to turn this around because I don't want the design to look too similar. I'm gonna call this one done. But now, of course, I don't have anything on the back side yet, and there's no way I'm going to remember all the steps I did on this one. So I'm just gonna do something else. Let's do some mandarin, some flesh color, and some silk purple. It's a bit orangey for me, so I'll add a bit of white. Let's add a bit more of this purple. Let's use this wallpaper again. And let's pull off the correct side this time. Could have had a little bit more color variation, especially up here. Let's try that. Let's just add a little bit and see if we can just pick that up. Of course, I lost my dots there now, but I do have a little bit of purple there. Let's try this. Let's add a little bit of this here. Let's add some white. Then we'll put the wallpaper on it. And then let's just add it on the flap. Cleaned my jelly plate because the crust on the side here was getting so thick that it stuck to my envelope edges. I'm going to try this one more time. Not giving up on this. I love how it turned out on that one envelope. Let's switch up the colors a little bit. Let's try this petrol. Don't want to use a lot of this because obviously that's a very dark color. Let's mix in a little bit of the jade green and some white. That is definitely too much paint. Adding a little bit more white. And just a tiny bit of that blue. And then I'll add this placemat on top. Then we pull this off. Ah, that looks awesome. Yes, love it. I think I like the simple designs the best. I won't add anything else to this because I think it's gorgeous. I'll do something similar for the back side, except I want to make the flap a little bit darker than this part. So I'll take a piece of baking paper and fold that in the width of the envelope. Then we'll put that inside. So we'll just do this part on the next pull. So I dried this quickly, but since this came out quite a bit darker than the front, I'm actually going to make this lighter and not even darker. Too much paint again. Yeah, that's definitely lighter, but we could add just a little bit more white. Or should we change up the design? How about this one? Yeah, let's just give it a try. Rather than wasting all of this, I'm going to put this on another envelope, which is probably going to look weird, but I want to try it anyway. Interesting. Oh, what happened here? Oh, I guess I moved this because look at all these smears. I mean, it still looks fine. Color isn't so much different from here, but at least we switched up the design, so it was worth the extra pull that we made, I guess. So then let's keep working on this one. So thankfully I see exactly where the envelope flap was. So I'm going to cover this up. We'll stick with similar colors, so using my petrol and white. Way too much paint, Barbara. When will you learn? And then I'll stamp in this stamp that I made in a recent video. This is the one that I have linked below. So this is made out of a kind of rubber that is made for carving stamps. Okay, let's take these off and try to line up this envelope. Interesting. So let's do the back. Okay, how do we do this? Let's put one on top here. Let's switch up the colors again a little bit. Let's start with some bright yellow. Let's add some pink. And some silk purple. Let's use this tool right here. I'll try this one here. Oops. Okay, that's quite subtle. I think the paint is already pretty dry. That looks cool because we still had some paint on it from before. I'll do the back side in similar colors. Then I want to add some more stamping on the front, so I'll use this time only this petrol. And I'm working quickly this time. I have this stamp that I made during December. So I'm just taking the paint off here on the side. Now I want to quickly make a pull, first like this, but I'm actually looking for the second print of this. Okay, I have this, but I actually want this what's on here. I'm not sure this is going to pick up well, but we'll give it a try. So let's add some fluorescent pink. Let's be brave. Oh, this is too transparent, so we need a paint with a little more body. Let's try this one. This might turn into a disaster. Well, the plants are there. So that's like a semi-success, I would say. We can definitely see those plants. That's fun. Now I feel like I want to add some similar colors on the back here. Maybe not the blue necessarily, but pink purpley color. I think I want some of that here. So I'll add the same colors. So we started off with the fluorescent pink. And then we added some silk purple. I'll add this stamping as well, just because it's fun. Could even do this. Okay, I'm actually going to let this dry, and then I'll add some petrol. Let's see what happens. is pretty funky. I think I like that. Better than this, actually. And then, of course, we have this one. So let's add something to that. Let's add some yellow and maybe a little bit of purple. I'll add my placemat. Not sure how this is going to work to print light on dark, but we'll find out. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. I'm not sure how happy I am about this result. It's definitely very funky. Since I have some of this pink purple color here, I want some of that on the back as well. So I will add this here just a little bit. I'll let that dry. Then I'll also add a little bit of this yellow. Again, let that dry. Then I'll add some petrol. Quickly add some stamping. Wow, that will not be visible. What is happening? This is very dry already. Let me add some white paint. I think this is going to turn into green now. Oh no, I don't want green. Too late now. I have no idea what I'm doing at the moment. Shall we try the plants one more time? Okay, that's more visible. Do this quickly. What is this? Oh my goodness. Definitely green, but I do see the yellow and the purple, and I do see a plant here. But it's green. I guess it does kind of match the front. Final envelope that I'm doing. I want to leave this on. I'm not giving up the idea with the label. So I want a clean spot here. I also don't want this outline of the envelope. The rest I will leave. So let's tear off a piece. I'll start off with the flesh color, which is quite thick. I'll mix it with the thinner mandarin. Add a bit of white. Whoops. No. There's something going on with this label here. It just doesn't want to work. Okay, please go back. I'll use this wallpaper again. I like this grid pattern. Okay, now we can take this off and print. I'm quite happy with this. We can definitely see the label now. So let's do the final back side. Too much paint again. Will I ever learn? Adding some white. Adding more white because it's too homogeneous. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Okay, adding our pattern. And in addition, for the top here, I want to add this fun flower that I also carved. Not sure that's gonna look great, but wrong side, wrong side. Oh my goodness. I think you would have hopped into the screen if I would have done that again, right? Last one. It's okay, it's quite cute. I kind of want more colors. I want more of that purple here, so let's add a little bit more of that. I want to stay away from where the envelope flap is. Thankfully, I see the outline here. And then I'll add the pattern again. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, that worked. I'm going to clean up all this mess and then let's have a look at all of our results. So we made 12 fun envelopes. Let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments below and I will let you know which one I like best. This one cracks me up. Okay, have you chosen your favorites? I'll let you know now which ones are mine. I have 3 that I can't really choose from. This is one. This actually might be my favorite one. This is number 2. And this is number 3. And these are all kind of the more simpler ones, right? Didn't go crazy with the colors. Love the strip here. Although I do kind of like this one as well. That one turned out pretty funky. Quick look at the back sides. I think the mixture of the colors is fun as well. This is a bit boring, a bit one-dimensional. This I really think is fun. Not too happy about how the flap turned out. This is quite fun as well because there's a lot of contrast here. This one is just weird. And then we have this one. And as a bonus, of course, we have 2 more handmade stamps. I'm in love with this one. I might have to do more hot glue ones. Who would have thought? So get messy and make some envelopes. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.